What's going on? I'm Mason Luke, and today's video is all about pumping. And when I'm talking about pumping, I'm talking about pumping your junk. So, I've already made a few videos about this before. I'm going to make a playlist about it, so that way, hopefully you're seeing this video first, and then you're going to see all the following videos with unboxings, reviews of different pumps, and then you can kind of decide from there which one's right for you. I decided not to make this like a 30-minute long video of like all the different ones and how they all work, and that's too much work. I'm going to do it as a playlist, break it down, put them all together at the end. So if you've seen some videos in the past, you might see, another one in the upcoming playlist, and that's because it makes sense to put them together. What are you going to see in the playlist? You're going to see me go through multiple different pumps. I'm going to unbox them, and then if I have some older ones, I'm going to put them into reviews as well, so you're going to see them as well. So let's start with why you pump, how it works, does it work, the whole 9 yards. So I've been selling sex toys for about 10 years, a little bit more than that. So I've been in this industry for a while. I've heard of pumping, like even when I first started in this industry, and before I even came out as trans. When we were talking about pumping, we were talking about clitoral pumping. So that's what most of these pumps are actually, I'm going to say, marketed as. So if you're dysphoric about that, I'm sorry, right now there really isn't pumps out there that say for trans men, so we're going to kind of go with what is already available. So if it worked for cisgendered women, it's going to work for transgender men. However, there are some rules, there's some how it works, why it works. So I compare this all the time to going to the gym. So let's say you are a person that wants to get fit, you want to gain muscle, so you get a gym membership, okay? Your gym membership by itself ain't gonna do shit. You have to go to the gym regularly, you have to be lifting weights, you have to be doing reps, you have to be doing consistent workouts in order for it to work. Buying a pump by itself ain't gonna do shit. You have to regularly use it. So, how does it work? So very similar to going to the gym, when you are building muscle, every time you're doing reps and you're building on to your weight and your reps, you're stretching your muscles. You're making like small tears in them that are rebuilding, and it's going to make your biceps a lot bigger as a result. You're stretching the skin, you're breaking the muscle and rebuilding the muscle. That's how building muscle works. Similar stuff happens with your growth. However, you got to take some precautions because you don't want to be breaking shit down there. So, what is it? What do you do? How do you do it? So, you're going to still use your pump, you're going to use it regularly, and you're going to do reps. And the reason that you do reps is because you can't do prolonged suction, or you're going to risk losing some blood flow. For a prolonged time is not good for that area. Similar to wearing cock rings on cis men. If you wear a cock ring for too long, you're going to restrict blood flow for too long, and then you're going to risk doing damage. So you got to take some precautions with it. But I can tell you this, if you do it for a long period of time, and when I say long period of time, I mean if you do it repetitively for, reps and sessions, it will work. You will grow. I know from experience, I know other people have done it from experience, and I know cisgendered women who've done it. So it does work. Now, there are certain products that work better than others, and that's why I have the playlist coming up that's going to go through each of the different ones, why they may or may not work, and why that each one has kind of its own pros and cons. I can tell you right off the bat, size matters. There are some that the size you're gonna outgrow it way too quickly, so it's not worth buying that one. You think that the cheaper ones, might be a great starter one. Well, if you outgrow it in a couple months, by the time you get to the next one, now you're spending more money because you bought the smaller one first. So make sure you're thinking not just short term, but long term. There's some that have gauges on them. That's really great when you're trying to make sure that you're watching, like, okay, am I doing too much or too little? If you want to see your results, you're going to go with something that has some type of form of measurement. It's very similar to like picking up rocks outside for weightlifting. You don't know what the different sizes are, what the different weights are. You have to be able to kind of gauge what matters, when are you improving or not. So there's some different things to think about as you watch into the next set of videos and kind of go with, okay, what works for me, what's not going to work for me. And if you have additional questions, after you've watched through the series, make sure you post them in the comments, and I'll try to get to them as I can. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can see when I release new stuff. You never know, I might release a pump later on, and now it'll come up later on if you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, folks.